let's continue our discussion about the production process. There's several different things you need to know about, not just for the test, but also for the world that is out there. I do see that we're going to probably kick up the manufacturing level as more artificial intelligence kicks into the market, as well as our different robotics that we're going to see. Flexible manufacturing is a big deal. It used to be you'd have continuous manufacturing and then intermittent manufacturing. With flexible manufacturing, now we have different aspects where a machine that used to be a single purpose machine can now do multiple purposes. So literally, you don't have to take a break on the assembly line. You can still have a continuous belt in the process and look in the flexible manufacturing, and boom, it can do different things. Instead of just doing one single function, they do multiple things. So literally, you'll see a whole aspect of what's going on the process. You'll be seeing this later on in one of the projects that you'll have to be doing for this class for a business application. Lean manufacturing, literally, it takes less human effort, less manufacturing, less resources in the process. I was a bit surprised of all things in the garbage can business. It's not my forte. What I did notice, though, that the company that handles all that, they changed our garbage cans from a heavy plastic can into a much thinner can. Literally, it's less than 1/3 the thickness of the former walls of the garbage cans that were provided. Now, though, instead of having a straight wall, they have bubbles on the side. And the bubbles, if you know anything about the aspect of the dynamics of it, anytime you have a small circle, the edges are much stronger than they were all by themselves. So instead of having a super thick plastic can, the cans have changed into something much thinner and actually more durable and flexible all in the same breath. They're saving a massive amount of plastic and actually making a much lighter container for people that struggle with them. So that being said, they did two things. They saved massive amounts of money by having the change. And then secondly, they made it more flexible. And then thirdly, they made it lighter on top of it. So that way, not only is the machine less streamed, but also the humans that put it out there. Lean manufacturing, it's a big deal. We're seeing a big change in the cost of manufacturing as well. Mass customization. Some of you right now, you're wearing clothing that was designed by you, especially on shoes. Nike led this whole thing with the aspect of, hey, if you want to have this kind of a sole with this kind of a top, you can do this. It just costs you more money. People bought it. That being said, you look at it, you can customize your sole, you can customize the top, you can customize the laces, you can customize the way the Nike the symbol shows up on your shoe. It'll cost you more money, but you get exactly what you want. And you know what? That really is a lot of what we're doing now. We're customizing things for ourselves because we as a nation, we like to have things our way. Started out with Burger King back 40 years ago saying, you can have it your way. And nowadays we're getting it everywhere from our burgers all the way down to our shoes. Robotics. You can continue working 24 hours a day. Get those humans over here. They take too much time. They drink too much coffee. They spill things on the job and everything else. Us robots, we can do things all kinds of ways. Now, that being said, that even is now starting to creep into some of the human jobs. Once upon a time, you literally, if you're a high-low driver, your job was to sit down there. Oh, truck's coming in. You hop on your high-low, you go, or forklift, you drive into the back of the truck, you pick it up, you haul it out, and you put it someplace. Now, literally, the machine says, ding, 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 truck coming in, you're to pick up this pallet over here, put it over here, and it tells you exactly where to put that pallet. We're not robots there yet, but wait a minute. We are robots because now they're actually getting rid of the human drivers and having robot forklift drivers pick it off the truck. We got 28,000 pounds on that truck. Boom, boom, boom. The robots do. They put it exactly where it belongs. And on top of that, the humans walking down the aisle to pick stuff, well, now they can actually have the aisles move and you can get the next aisle so you can have much more storage space. You can triple or quadruple your storage space by eliminating aisles and just having robots sit down there, go underneath the shelves, pick them up and scoot them over. Robotics is incredible. It's changing how we do business, but keep in mind, they have robot wranglers, at least there'll be a few jobs left for humans. Your new workmate over here. Here is that magic burger flipper. Yes, it's a robot. Yes, he's taking away the jobs, those high-level jobs of flipping burgers. Now you two can sit down and watch the robot do your job for you. But wait a minute, you probably don't have that. Anyway, so you have that. You also have different aspects of the robots now showing up in surgical rooms. You have doctors working on teeny tiny little tweezers and everything else, doing things inside the human body through a teeny tiny incision, where before they would do all kinds of cuts in the human abdomen or the anatomy of the human themselves. Now they're actually using robotic manipulators to get inside the tiny spaces where their fingers can't fit, but they can actually manipulate teeny tiny things to go in. Laser eye surgery now is almost fully computerized. If you ever want to have your laser eye surgery done, even back 20 years ago, most of it was done electronically and very few humans. Now they measure the eye, they measure the shape of the eye, and they actually have lasers go in and do different cuts to sit down there and prove it. And the primarily job of the doctor is to watch the machine work and charge you an outrageous fee. Yeah. Okay, 3D printing. You'll see a lot of products. Some of you will have projects on this. Right now, there is a housing development in Austin, Texas, that was all 3D printed. 180 homes were built, the first of its kind, having an entire subdivision built. They actually have machines, they set it up. Instead of having 17 workers taking really about 14 to 17 days to go ahead and build a house, what they did is they have now 5 workers that go in and they come in, they roll in to a foundation that's already pre-prepared. On that foundation, they then build a cement house on top of it. It takes them about 7 days with 5 people working on it. So it reduces the amount of time. You also have a house that really is using cement in lieu of wood. So you have a house that's much more stable. And also from the heat or the cold, that cement will actually insulate the people on the inside of the house much better. And it almost is earthquake proof in the process. You'll see different aspects of 3D printing use anywhere from small items to heavy duty items. One of our former students here at Irvine Valley College, she used a simple 3D printer and she loved horses. Well, she started making cute little barrettes for horse manes and horse tails. And within a matter of 3 years, she was selling products to 17 different countries. 3D printing, anywhere from something small in plastic to something heavy in cement, all the way to frosting the cake or actually making the batter and putting the cake together in the process. It's incredible what we're going to see with this one over here. This bridge, 3D printing, will be seeing structures like this happening, much more creative, much more gorgeous in the process, much more efficient, and probably sturdier than humans could possibly think about doing, building it by hand, having a 3D printer put it together. We're looking at a lot of different nano manufacturing. We're looking at the manipulation of materials on the molecular or atomic scale. A prototype paint was put on a Corvette. The Corvette, literally, the painter had a remote control in his hand, and he changed it from a black car to a blue car in the matter of about 35 to 40 seconds. It just turned the dial, and you could watch the paint change color because of the nanobots inside the paint itself that they sprayed on top of the car. We're going to see a lot of strange things happening in days to come when nano manufacturing becomes much bigger in the process. Right now, it's in an infancy. In 10 years, we'll see massive changes on the day-to-day things on a regular basis. Note the terminologies we covered here: flexible manufacturing, lean manufacturing, mass customization, 3D printing, robotics. You'll be seeing a lot of this on your business application, but also, more importantly, you'll be seeing this a lot more in your daily lives. Take care.